What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about one of the subjects that kind of hunted me for many years. I didn't quite understand what is important, how to go about it, and honestly I was just kind of like scared of it. We're talking about none other than modes. Well, yeah, I mean, all these Greek names, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, etc. sounds quite much, but the truth is it's only colors. So what we're gonna do today is kind of demystify modes, understand what's going on there, try to hear it, and find a few ways, actually 5 ways that we can actually explore and make music with it in a fun way. So let's do it. 1. In this section, we'll actually go over each one of the modes. We'll call it names, we'll play it, we'll hear it, we'll sing it, we'll understand what's going on there. After we're done with this initial level 1 of the modes, we'll go to the other 4 levels where we explore the sounds and make some cool stuff. Now, I would definitely recommend to stick around because the cool stuff is yet to come. And I think it's really important to just like get a good view of what's going on there and how we can use it, because just playing the scales is not enough. So when we're talking about modes in contemporary music context, we're basically talking about colors and sounds. So if, for example, we have a C center, just a little bit of C, we can play any one of these sounds against it. For example, Ionian, which is basically C major scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Right, literally just the scale. Now we call it in different names, we call it modes, because we can start from C and organize the sounds in a different way. And it's very helpful to think about it that way because it's kind of saves time. We're humans and we're pretty good with, I guess, calling things in names, right? Tagging information. When we're playing modes, we're basically saying, oh, this is the sound color of C major, right? C major scale, if you will, or Ionian. The trick or the point of the whole video right now is to actually hear the information, be able to tag it and play it. I'm gonna assume that you've played some C major scale in your life, but if not, not a problem. You can check this PDF right here. It's on the Patreon. There are 5 positions of C major scale, but also, and maybe more importantly, there are all the modes in all the positions across the fingerboard. So if something here does not make complete sense in terms of fingering, you can check it out. Yeah, you can check it out. 1. Ionian. This is the sound color of this scale. It's important to know the relationship to the center. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then again 1. Now let's sing it, and we kind of want to try and feel the pain. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. So much tension there, right? Do, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So I think a really important action that we can do when we're practicing and playing guitar and music is to try and connect the scale, the information in a few different ways. So understanding intellectually, can't even say that word, that, you know, how the scale functions, how this note relates to this note, the 5, the G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also knowing the fingerings for that, right? So being able to kind of have a quick and clear kinesthetic memory, muscle memory for that. And also listening to the sound, because at the end of the day, music is the art of listening. So you really want to internalize the sound color of each one of these in relationship. All right. 2. Dorian. Listen to this. Right? A complete different sound. Now, how do I know the fingerings for this? If you like this content and would like to see more of that, one of the better ways to do that is supporting me on the Patreon, so I'm actually able to make some more of this content. Thank you. And this is something that there are a few shortcuts. So first, I know the notes, right? So I understand the relationship between C and how it functions. Now, the shortcut that we can do, if you know major scale, which I definitely recommend you to check out, PDF. But in any case, if you know C major scale, you can start shift to other keys. So for me, I understand that this is Dorian, but I also understand that when I'm playing this C Dorian, I'm legitimately playing the notes within the framework of B flat major. So for me, I do see that B flat major is a part of this fingering and position, but I definitely hear it as this center, as this C. So when I'm playing C Dorian, I am aware that I'm playing also B flat major, but I am thinking about the sound of C Dorian. So right, that sound is different than other minor sounds like the Phrygian, like the Aeolian that we'll talk about in a second. Alright, so how did I get to B flat? And that's an important question. So I'm asking the question a little bit reverse. So I'm saying to myself, oh, I'm playing C Dorian, so C minor is the 2 of what, right? So, well, it's pretty easy. B flat is the 1 and then C minor is the 2. So then in that logic, B flat major is the major tonality that I'm playing, the fingering of. Again, I am not thinking about B flat major, I am thinking about C Dorian, but I'm also aware of the framework that it's within. 3. I hope you're still with me here. I know it's a lot of information, but it's really important to hear it, it's important to sing it, and it's important to really dive into it, because this is the way we'll internalize it the best. And I'm here to try and kind of shortcut things that I have worked and try to figure out. When I started studying guitar, and I remember just being in high school and you know, trying to figure this stuff out and not really knowing what to do and just trying a bunch of random things until something worked. So this is kind of me like saying like, hey, this is easy, just need to take it one by one. Alright, so the next one we're gonna do is Phrygian. So this is the sound of the scale. Check how beautiful it is, because we have the 1, we have the flat 2, we have the flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, and 1. Let's sing it. Do, mi bemol, fa, sol, la bemol, si bemol, do, si bemol, la bemol, sol, fa. Right, that sound is very, very typical to that Phrygian sound. Check it out again. So, in terms of fingering, what is the question? So the question is C minor is the 3rd of what? So C minor, I can just literally go stepwise, 3rd of A flat. So when I'm playing this fingering here, and I'm thinking again about this C Phrygian sound, I'm also aware that I'm playing the fingerings of A flat major. 4. This is the Lydian one. So here we're getting this cool sound. Ooh, that flat 5 or sharp 4 if you will. So 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Check it out. Do, re, mi, fa, dièse, sol, la, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So this is this kind of sound. Right, that color. So we're basically playing C major scale, but we have that sharp 4. And in terms of scale, what is the fingering that we're using? Well, C minor, or sorry, C. Okay, now it's not minor, but C is the 4 of what? And then I basically descend 4 steps, and then I know it's G. Now listen again. Not listening to the note G, I'm listening to the note C. So in every mode, there are notes that we want to accent a little bit more, the notes that give us a little bit more the flavor or the color. For example, for me, I think one of the most beautiful notes is that sharp 4. It's very typical. So we might dwell on that a little more. It's a little bit like Indian ragas actually. So what these guys would do, and I know just a little bit about it, is, you know, they'll have this raga, for example, and some of the notes will just be more highlighted. And the same way for us when we're playing these modes and colors, we want to think the color, what makes it special and what makes it kind of so beautiful. 5, mixolydian. So this one we talk about a lot because basically the mixolydian is the dominant. It's the 5 chord, right? So whenever we have a dominant chord, for example, C7, we'll play a mixolydian. Again, it's not the only color. It's not the only color we can play on that chord, but it's definitely a solid one, right? So this is gonna sound like this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, mol. That's the flat 7. La, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And sometimes I'll just sing the C. No. And I'll kind of tell myself what notes I'm playing and what is the color that I'm hearing. So I'll kind of say 1, 2, 3, 4 and sing that C. No, 1, 2, 3. Right? And usually I actually sing the C. So do. Oh, the 4, yeah. No, yeah, the 5. Alright, the 6. Oh, yeah, the flat 7. No, etc., etc. And again, when we're learning this stuff, and I guess with everything in music, we want to slow it down to a point that we can actually digest and learn from it. Because if we just move our fingers, it's not going to be really helpful. 6, Aeolian. So Aeolian is this sound. So we have 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1, which is basically the natural minor. Check it out. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. In terms of note, do, re, mi, bemol, fa, sol, la, bemol, A flat, si, mol, do, si, mol, la, bemol, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Now let's hear it without playing the scale one time. So do, re, mi, mol, fa, sol, la, bemol, si, mol, do. So again, I'm not trying to be an opera singer, I'm just trying to imagine the color of the scale, the sound of this, and how it relates to the center, and internalize the color as much as possible. Now, if I would ask myself, okay, how do I know the fingering for this? What's going on here? So again, for me, like, I've done it quite a few times, so it's easier, but I think we can ask ourselves, C is the 6th of what? So C is the 6th of E flat, right? Or you can descend, whatever you want. But basically, if I know that I can basically start that color. 7. Locrian. Check this out. This one is a little harsher. So we have 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. So yeah, the Phrygian and the Locrian have that flat 2 there, but it's a little bit of a different sound. This is, yeah, harsher. And then if I want to know the fingerings of what scale I'm playing, because we all played some major scales before, C is the 7th of what? 7 of D flat. So, right? This is the key that we're playing the major scale of, if you will. But again, we're thinking about C as a center. But it's fine to be aware that you're playing the fingerings of D flat major. It's not a problem. Alright, now we'll go to level 2. Level 2. So what we're gonna do right now is basically a way to explore what we just talked about. I'm gonna choose randomly one of the modes. I'll take the Phrygian. I'm feeling Phrygian today. I'm feeling Phrygi. Is that a thing even? In any case, we'll take the Phrygian and we'll play it in time. I definitely feel that all these things need to be played in time. So I prepared a little thing. Simple ideas. Just scale, maybe thirds. Again, it doesn't have to be complicated. The point of this is that we are exploring something that is, that we're trying to internalize. And maybe sometimes we'll say, oh, actually, I'm not really seeing this C Phrygian as I want to. So that's great. Now we know what we need to practice. 3. In this level here, what we're trying to do is take one idea, one line, and repeat it in time, make it feel stronger and good, and yeah, exploring. Maybe again. Let's try another thing. And I'm thinking about the notes. Maybe even telling myself, again, you don't have to have a weird organ sound. I'm just enjoying it too much, so I'm having it. But the point is just like, we want to explore that color and internalize it as much as possible. 4. All right, so one of the mistakes that we often do is, we'll kind of work on something, an idea, and we won't really be creative. We tend to I play the scale up and down, ascending, descending, great. But then maybe we won't write any melodies, and it's kind of you don't really want to be a master of of C Phrygian just to be a match of C Phrygian without making any music with it. The whole point is the music. So in this point here, point number 4, level 4, we are talking about writing. So if you want to get good at this, I really suggest you writing something. So you can write a couple of bars or maybe a full song that has that color, that timbre of the Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, whatever mode you're feeling that you want to work on. But just try to take that key center, that color, and write maybe a little melody, maybe write some chords. Just try to mess around it and feel that center of the mode. 5. So sometimes we need more framework, and that's fine. I think once we practice something, like, you know, we talk about the different modes and you say to yourself, yeah, it's cool, but I don't really see it, no problem. And I understand that. What you want to do is really spend some time working on the framework. So right now I'm just going to go over C Phrygian with you guys in 5 position real quick, and there's a PDF also on the Patreon with all the modes in all the positions, so it's quite a bit of information there, but yeah, I think it's just important to see it, to tag it, and to kind of hear it as much as possible. C Phrygian, 5 position, let's do it. 1. 2. 4, I'll start from here. And the last one here, I'll start from this A, from C. So these are the 5 positions really quickly. What I would do is taking it slow, making sure you can really see it, hear it, play it, and then make music. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.